Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Gurudeva ki Jai, Shri Swami Prabhupada ki Jai, Samasta Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki Jai, Saparsad Gaur Hari ki Jai, Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai, Shri Shri Radhara Manju ki Jai, Lalita Vishaka Astasaki Brinda ki Jai, Shri Ruparati Adi Manjari Brinda ki Jai, Ananda Kuti Vaishnava Brinda ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari 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 Bo. Please accept my obeisances, all devotees, offering pranam to the Rupanuga Gauriya Guru Varga, our beloved Srila Gurudev, Srila Swami Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. So, going to speak about Sri Rasa-pancadhyayi, 5 chapters of the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the life air, the 5 life airs of the Bhagavatam. Why, you could say? Because this is presently my service. I'm going to start editing and the final preparation for a series of lectures on Sri Rasa-pancadhyayi by our dear Vaishnavas, our spiritual authorities in Vrindavan Dham. And so this is for devotees, senior, junior, devotees who are not yet devotees. Why? This is our life, right? Pran ache jar she hetu prachar. Where there is life, pran, you can preach or share this message. So what is the pran? Mahaprabhu said, Prem dana vina vyarta dharidra jivan. That wealth of love, that is the life. Vyarta, dharidra jivan. Life, jivan, without that prem is vyarta, wasted. And we are poor, beggars. How can we be a preacher unless we have something to give? Right? A beggar cannot be a preacher. But we are begging. What are we begging? Oh, Gurudev would say, I'm not coming for money, I'm coming to give. But I'm begging only for your ears for a few minutes so that they can be like cups, that you can receive the wealth I'm giving you. So you are the beggars, we are the beggars of our Guru Varga, and we are giving the nectar of the Guru Varga, our spiritual masters, and we are drinking this together, right? Like calves with big ears. Just absorb all that nectar, bring it into our heart. Pran ache jar shehetu prachar. Where there's life, you can share something. If you don't have life, what do you have to share? Right? So where does that life come from? Life comes from rasa, love, and affection, sweetness, relationship. And who has that? The Brajabasis, associates of Sri Krishna, the eternal associates of Sri Krishna, the expansions of the love, Sri Krishna's internal potency, Srimati Radhika. Srimati Radhika is Raseshwari, right? The Lord, the Empress of all the rasas, all mellows of love. And the essence of all of this together is present in the Rasa-pancadhyayi, which is nectar personified. Nectar. Nectar. And every word is nectar. So we're studying the Srimad Bhagavatam from Srimati Gopanadini Mataji. And so I'm kind of jumping ahead in a way. But for those who are serious students, we should follow chronologically up to this point. right? From the first beginning all the way up to the 10th canto. But this is what it's leading to. And so for those who have been devotees for some time, especially, this is the rejuvenating nectar, right? Rasayan. Rasayan means rejuvenation. In Ayurvedic terms, they call it a rasayan, a rejuvenator. Why? Pran. Where do you get life? Rasa. So what is spiritual life? Spiritual life, the basis of spiritual life is rasa. Right? We were talking about this a little bit last night, early this morning when we were getting back, 12:31. I don't know if it was last night or this morning. Right? What is your goal in spiritual life? What is your goal? We have so many kinds of bhakti. Bhakti for this, bhakti for that, this bhakti, that bhakti. But bhakti means connection in love. So what is your goal? To love. Bhakti is to love. So if you say, I have bhakti for this, bhakti for that, but what is the goal of your relationship? Where is it going? So Rasa-pancadhyayi is teaching us the goal of life. Divine love and relation with Sri Krishna. And why we take shelter of the Brija Gopis as the highest epitome of bhakti is because, right, they understood the real purpose of life. And they didn't get distracted by so many different pursuits. We can understand this from an intellectual point of view. It may be helpful, right? And then ultimately we have to understand from our heart through practice and experience. But first we can understand with our mind something. What can we understand? Right? When Krishna played on his flute, inviting the gopis, they left everything at once and just came to Krishna, whether they were in the middle of cooking or with children, taking care of them, making a chapati for their husband even. Imagine you're baking something that's in the oven. No, Krishna's calling. First I have to turn it off or tell somebody, don't take out the broccoli pie in 20 minutes, right? Don't burn the sweet rice. Bandhav Chandra Prabhu, please look after. No, he's saying, what are you talking about? Let's go. I know Vrindavan Chandra Prabhu, Gopi mood. Right? If you hear Krishna's flute and you're in the middle of cooking something, right? You go to Krishna. Someone will take care of the sweet rice. Krishna can arrange. Krishna is the provider, the maintainer. We have Gopi Tveva Anangtata, faith in Krishna. He is a protector, maintainer. Gurudev said we should be supremely selfish. Understand our real self-interest. What is our real self-interest? Right? Pancham Purushartha, the real goal of life, highest goal of life is relationship with God, love for God. Who is that? Krishna. How can we develop relation with Krishna? And so if Krishna is calling, come. You drop everything at a moment. It's very difficult. Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings about this. Ami gare na jaibo bane praveshibho olila rasera tare tyaji kula laj bhaja brajaraj binoda minati kore binoda minati kore. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, to taste this rasa, I'll give up everything, all other pursuits. Ami ghare na jaibo, I won't return home. Why? What is home? Home means stay in this world with me, suffer. Let's suffer together. Misery loves company. Right? I am suffering. I don't want to change my situation. I don't want to be happy, but I want you to suffer with me. And let's try to squeeze out, right, the last drop of sugar cane. For those who've been to India on a hot day, we get a glass of sugar cane juice. Oh, but you don't have any money. So what do you wait? You wait for someone who's thrown out, and you watch the Indian sellers of sugarcane juice, right? They put it through, and they fold it in half and do it again, and then fold it 4 times, then 8 times, then 16 times, until it's just like dry, like sandpaper almost. And if you were to take that and then chew it and chew it and chew it and chew it, maybe you get a little bit of sweetness. But it's so difficult. And the sugarcane will start poking your gums until blood comes. Who knows? So we're trying to extract the last drop of happiness out of this world. Yes. But why? Bhagavatam says, you don't even have to, there's no skin even. And there's no seed. It's just juice, juice, juice. This is the Bhagavatam, 3rd verse of the Bhagavatam. Nigama kalpa turor galitam phalam. Galitam means it's a very juicy fruit, right? Juicy fruit. Right? We should sue this juicy fruit company. Plagiarizing the Bhagavatam, huh? Juicy fruit, galitam phalam. Sukhamukad, tasted by the most expert parrot. Drava sammitam, full of nectar, right? This is the opposite. Material life, you have to work so hard to squeeze out a drop of pleasure, right? Your whole body is made of energy, right? And you eat food and it collects energy, and then you take out a drop of that energy and think, I'll enjoy with it, right? Your whole body is producing that energy, and then you use it for material enjoyment. And what happiness is there? It's like mini death. But when Krishna is calling, saying, oh, rasam-alayam, rasam-alayam, take. How much ras? Endless. 1 drop. The bliss in 1 drop is infinite. That chidra, spiritual nectar, the bliss in that spiritual nectar is infinite. 1 drop. And what does Mahaprabhu say? Anandam buddhivardhanam. You're going to fall in the ocean of that nectar. 1 drop. Right? You can see this in this world. You take like one little, like, psilocybin. Oh, teeny bit. Blows your mind. So what to speak of 1 drop of prem, pure love, to the infinite, in personified, right? Brahman, then there's Paramatma, then Bhagavan, Shri Krishna. Gurudev said, Bhagavan Krishna, that is the real Godhead. Gurudev said, Paramatma, Brahman, that is still connected to matter. Right? We're thinking, Paramatma is in everyone's heart, in this, right? Here. And then the Brahman. But who is Bhagavan Krishna? How beautiful, how glorious. And you're relishing your rasa, your relationship with Krishna. What is the bliss of that? Anandam buddhivardhanam. Anandam. It's always increasing. In this world, all happiness, all pleasure is decreasing. Right? It's like a roller coaster. Roller coaster is fun when it's going down. It's material life. You don't know if you're screaming in joy or horror. That's material life. You're climbing up the ladder of success. That's why roller coasters is like pinnacle of human achievement in this world. It's teaching you material enjoyment. You have to climb so hard from childhood. Oh, education, reading, writing, arithmetic, right? Study, 20 years climbing up the roller coaster. As soon as you get in college, right? American society, college means reading, writing, and arithmetic, no, right? I don't know, there's other R's and other S's and other D's, drugs and recreation and sex life, right? So, spiritual life is upwards. That's why it's called Urdhvaretas. How can we raise our energy to go to Krishna? Brahmatal, this is Kesha Brat. Kesha Brat, this is Shalagram. Prabhuji gives a class about this. This is Shalagram. The universal egg, this universe is a golden egg. Right? And then there's Shalagram. And then they design human bodies, this head. Here's Brahmatal, Brahmaloka. Right here, Brahmaloka. Forehead. That's why it's called forehead. Because it's based on the blueprints of Lord Brahma. My forehead. Right? So we should use this forehead to realize our relationship with Krishna. Then we can realize rasa, spiritual bliss. So Gurudev said we should be very selfish. Gurudev said we are not selfless. Selflessness means Mayavad and personalism. I am selfless. Selfless, selfless. No. Gurudev said understand your true self-interest. Right? And when Krishna plays his flute, oh, they won't be happy with me. This person won't be happy with me. What will they say? What will this person say? What will that? Gopis didn't think anything like that. Pati sutanvaya bratri bandhivan ativilangyate antya chutagata. Pati sutanvaya bratri, brother, husband. Right? At the beginning they mentioned 16th verse Gopi Geet. Pati, they left their husband. Sutanvaya, children. Bratri, brothers, big brother. Bandhavan, friends, everything. So that's why sometimes we talk about sannyas. Means in this life we'll be forced to take sannyas. What is that? Even if we try to hold on by force, our body will be taken away from us. Our memory will be taken away from us. We think, oh, my beloved, my husband, my wife, my children, I love them so much, and I'll never forget them. But then what happens? We were there, and nice devotees had a stroke and don't even remember family. So sannyas will happen. Sannyas will happen. Death will come calling. But before death comes calling, we should hear Krishna's flute. Yes? Before death comes calling, we should answer the call of Krishna's flute. Because one of the two will call. So Parikshit Maharaj, Gurudev said, before he left this world, he already achieved Nityasiddha position, meaning his Swarupsiddha position. Spiritual perfection. Bhav Bhakti, Gurudev would say this. Really, Takshak, the snake, didn't kill him. The Atma had already achieved perfection. Relation with Paramatma Krishna. Parabrahma Krishna, Purushottama Krishna, the Supreme Personality. So that is our meditation in this life. Death will come. So here we are surrounded by followers of the Braja Gopis. Because you've answered the call already, and here we are. This is answering the call of Krishna's flute. This is called becoming Brahmachari, Brahmacharini. Brahmacharan. My consciousness, my heart, my mind is only for Krishna. Whatever weeds and anarthas are there, no problem. But I'll protect my inner core, my heart space for Krishna. Right? The mind is like a sieve, right? Everything's flowing through our ears, through our eyes, through our nose, through our mouth, and entering this shalagram space. And then flowing down here and contaminating our heart and our stomach and our consciousness. So we should close this mind. How? Ears, mouth, nose, eyes, what? Maun vrat. But now it is possible you can be silent. Well, what's going to happen? Your past samskars are still there in your brain. Past genetic history, your past family, it's still there. So Maun is not enough. Silence is not going to save you. Closing your ears is not going to save you. Closing your nose, you can be like... Oh, it's really cool. So you want to try doing that? Let's try doing it. Okay. Right? Haribo, it's weird, right? And your ears too? You can't hear anything. It's like you're not even here. They have these sensory deprivation tanks now. It's just like you're floating in nirvana. It's like, wow, this is great. But this is not going to save you. Silence means harikatha, kirtan, hearing, chanting, remembering, smelling the fragrance of the flowers offered to Krishna's feet. This is Akadashi. Ambarish Maharaj, this is following the gopis. Right? Engage this body and these senses. This is following the gopis. It's not enough to go and hide in a cave. This is what the Jains do. Some Jains, they go and go in a cave, and someone else closes the rock in front, and they think, I'll get nirvana. You have to transcend your karma. You can't just erase it. You have to transcend it by the power of prema and bhakti. So in our life, we try to follow the footsteps of the Braja Gopis. What are we wearing? Gopi Chandan. Tilak is symbolically, right, representing, not just symbolically, that place where we get tilak is where the gopis sent, right, all the packages, right, UPS, foot dust with Narad Muni, Express, Narad Express. When Narad Muni came to Vrindavan, Gurudev said this, when the gopis heard that Krishna was asking for foot dust to relieve his fever, the gopis said, Narad, why didn't you give yours? Gurudev mentioned this. Narad Muni, you were there, Krishna had a fever, just give your foot dust. Narad Muni said, no, I cannot do that, he is God. I'll go to hell. Everyone else was saying, no, I cannot give. We cannot give our foot dust. They said, so, he's asking. He wants it. Take. And this is showing their love for Krishna. They're not considering their own happiness and distress. Oh, but he is God, you will suffer, this is sinful. No problem. And it also shows their intimacy. Gurudev mentioned this point. When Sita Devi felt a thorn in her foot, she sat down and Ram tried to take it out, but she wouldn't let him touch her feet. But Radharani once, soft, even a little sharp grasp, touched her foot, and immediately Krishna soothed her foot, massaged, placed in his heart, and she was telling him, do like this, do like this. So the gopis have this natural love with Krishna, natural relation with Krishna. So Gopi Chandan means we follow the footsteps of the gopis. They gave all the dust to their feet and sent with Narad Muni, many packages. And that dust mixed and purified everywhere. It went, and then we take that and put it on our forehead. So why is it Gopi Chandan, not Gopa Chandan? Some people wear Gopa Chandan. Some people wear Go Chandan from the cows. All Braj-duli is very auspicious. All Braj-duli is very pure. But why do we put on Gopi Chandan? Because in the Gaudiya Sampradaya, we are followers of the Braja Gopis. Because there's no mixture. Nothing. Only Krishna consciousness. Pure Krishna consciousness. Pure bhakti. Nothing else. Real sannyas. This is Rasa-pancadhyayi. How to follow real sannyas. Nothing else. Otherwise, this will last for some time and then it will go away. If you're a real brahmachari, you see anywhere that there's any facility to be brahmachari, you'll think, oh, this is very good. I'll do anything it takes to stay fixed in this. Because life is very dangerous. You don't know what's going to happen. But if you're not real brahmachari, then any excuse you'll look, oh, this is not favorable, that is not favorable. So we have to use our intelligence. What is intelligence? Krishna says, Dadami buddhi yogam tem. I will give you the intelligence. So we take shelter of Krishna and pray to him and pray for his intelligence, how to follow this path of bhakti. But this is why this space here is very special. Because here devotees are absorbed in the service of Thakurji of Krishna. Garena jaibo vane praveshibo, entering into the forest. That's what Bhaktivinoda Thakur said. Vane praveshibo, in the forest of Srila Prabhupada. That's what Prabhupada says. Srila Prabhupada's forest. It says New York Vrindavan. It's like a new hybrid. It's a very interesting idea. New York, it's all like Dwarka, opulence, pride, aristocracy. But we'll like Nava Vrindavan, New York Vrindavan. Right? We'll smash the pride. Manhattan. Mad Hat. So, Rasa-pancadhyayi, we'll go through the commentaries. Not too long, right? Nicely, quickly. Something that we can absorb and learn how to follow the footsteps of the Braja Gopis and understand our real self-interest. This is the point. We should understand our real self-interest, that human life is a very special opportunity. This opportunity is not available in every form of life, and we should not be so foolish to think that human form of life is the only form of life. Ergo, meaning we have been and we can be all the other forms of life also, consciousness. We can be a leaf in a tree, we can be a bug or a bacteria in the bug on the leaf of that tree. Like you see a little ladybug, oh, I could become that ladybug. You don't know. You could become the bug inside the ladybug. Right? Or the bug inside that bug inside the bug and the ladybug. Who knows? So there's many species of life surrounding us, in this room even. But here we are, human beings. We are like the kings, and the pinnacle of the samsara, whole universe. People say the whole universe is so wonderful, all the planets. No, you are the most wonderful creation of God. And within you, powering this machine is the soul, the Atma, which is so powerful. Right? This body is the most miraculous machine in the universe. And within this miraculous machine, the soul, which is described to be more powerful than millions of suns, it's just waiting there. And yet, most people are taking this car and thinking, how fast can I drive it into the wall? Right? Right? And go up the roller coaster and then go down. And what's your exit plan? You don't have one. What's our exit strategy? The end of the roller coaster is a brick wall. Imagine. Zzz. It's scary. You never know. You never know what's going to come. I know, because we have friends everywhere and you hear horrible stories of things that happen. Unexpected. And so therefore we should answer the call. Now, how do we answer the call? Very simple process of bhakti yoga. Gurudev said this is very easy and very interesting. Right? What did he say, Vrindavan Prabhu? He said, very easy and very interesting. It's not difficult. I was telling someone the other day, you can be laying on your bed and practicing pure bhakti. You don't have to do exercise to practice pure bhakti. You can also do that, right? It's not like how much strenuous endeavor you can do. You can lay on your bed and do manmana bhava, meditate on Krishna. This is pure bhakti. It's very easy. So what do? Try to develop love for Krishna. How can you develop that love for Krishna? Sometimes it seems, it's not natural. I want natural love. But you have this karmic imprint in your DNA since so long in material existence, and Adi Bahir Mukh. So therefore that seems natural. What is unnatural seems natural. What is natural seems unnatural. That's the first verse of the Bhagavatam. First verse of the Bhagavatam. Yatra trishargom risha. Astonishing. It's astonishing, right? Bewildering even the demigods. Trishargom risha, this existence full of material dualities. Yatra sura, right? Adi kavaye munaya surya. Even the demigods are becoming confused. What seems natural is unnatural. Acquired nature. And what is natural, love of God, has become unnatural. So what do we do? Krishna bhakti rasa bhavitamati kriyatam jadi kuto pilabhyate tatra lolyam api mulyam ekalam janma koti sukriter nalabhyate. Srila Govinda Maharaj and our acharyas would say, where is this present? I should become greedy. Spiritual life, what is negative in material life becomes positive. I should be lusty, I should be greedy, right? More lust, more greed, but what lust? What kind of lust? Kamanuga. Right? We should follow those who are always attracted to Sri Krishna. Right? We should be greedy, lobi, param greedy, Gurudev would say. Param lobi, supremely greedy. Where is that bhakti ras? How can I relish that bhakti ras? Where can I find it? Right? Can I find it on Facebook? Can I find it on YouTube? This is Maya's machine trick. Right? Oh, watch this nice lecture and then add. Right? The tides of Maya. Right? Yes, nice Harikatha, but are the ads Harikatha? Oh, nice, pretty lady and man, and enjoying this world. So YouTube, Facebook, you can find it there. But also there's something different. Gurudev said, don't trust these black boxes. This is important, right? Means of communication. But you're going to get Bhakti Ras through this? No. Upanishad doesn't mean Zoom call, although Zoom is better than just watching passively. The 60,000 sages were not on Zoom. Right? Sri Sutta Uvacha, and then the sages on Zoom asked him, how do we achieve the perfection of life? Right? And Parikshit Maharaj said, right, he was sitting in his penthouse on 5G internet connection, and all over the universe the sages were watching. No, they left everything and they came there to the banks of the Ganga, and they sat down and they fasted and they said, now, understanding that our life is temporary, we should take sannyas. How do you take sannyas? Hearing about Krishna, that is sannyas. No other sound, harikatha. Speaking about Krishna, no other speech, that is sannyas. Smelling things related to Krishna, no other smells, that is sannyas. Seeing things related to Krishna. So I'm not sannyasi. I'm trying one day to become sannyasi. Hopefully. Let a lightning bolt strike my head. So I'm bogus. But one day I hope to become proper, good, pleasing to my Father and our spiritual masters. But sannyas means like the gopis. What does Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings? Sangsara pukar kane na bashive. The sounds of samsara should not enter my ears. What is the sound of samsara? Many sounds. We won't get into the details. People won't like it. Right? But what should we hear? Krishna samsara koro chari anachar. Make everything favorable to Krishna. Someone sometimes may say, oh, I am serving my wife, and in this way I'm serving Krishna. Yes, if you're doing it to Dharma. But your wife is Krishna Dasi, you are not her Prabhu or her Swami. You are also Das. Krishna Das, Krishna Dasi. And then this is Grahastha Ashram. One time, Srila Gorakshas Babaji Maharaj, someone brought this very beautiful bride, Miss Bengal, to Gorakshas Babaji Maharaj, said, oh, now, by the Lord Krishna's arrangement, I have one Krishna Dasi. He said, oh, very good. Every day she should do her arti, wash her feet, serve her very nicely, and never touch and enjoy. Oh, and he ran away. One time someone came and they said, oh, I want your mercy. I want your mercy. I'm a householder. Give me your mercy. I'll be successful. He said, take my loincloth. Here, take it. Take my kopin, take it. One time Gurudev was going through the airport and they wanted to open his danda. What is in this danda, this staff? And they wanted to open it. He said, if you open it, you'll become like me. The person gave it back. I don't want that, sannyas. That's very dangerous. It will destroy material life. You want to destroy your material life? Then spend time with sannyasis and brahmacharis. Destroy your material life. Not this life, millions of lifetimes. Otherwise, run away like your head's on fire. In India, they have a saying, sadhu, stay 1,000 feet away. Very dangerous. You come close, they say, you would like a rasgulla? Right? Like Gurudev, he would speak Harikatha and he'd say, would you like a cookie? And he would give everyone cookies, all the kids, and then, oh, who is that? Who is that? Who is that? So, sadhus, they are the footstep followers, the Braja Gopis. One time, Srila Gurudev was in Godavari. They opened a Bhagavad Gita mandir, and he was with his very dear friend, Bhakti Bhai Puri Goswami Maharaj, helping him. And they had an assembly of great scholars from all over India. And they were speaking about Sastra, giving so many commentaries, Ved, Vedanta, perfect Sanskrit. And then they asked Gurudev to speak. And he very sweetly, softly, humbly said, oh, I am not this, I am not that. He said, who are the real sadhus? Who are the real scholars? Only the gopis. You're not speaking about the gopis, therefore you are not scholars. Why? All this other stuff is just the drama and noise of material life. Right? I want to be a scholar so that people respect me. And if anyone challenges me, don't you know who I am? I studied Sanskrit for 10 years. Uddhava, Prabhu, Sri Uddhava, to teach us, came to Vrindavan with so much knowledge, disciple of Brihaspati, Guru of the demigods. With all that knowledge, he came to Vrindavan. Shri Uddhava Uvacha, and he's teaching us by this. We honor him. Great personality, Haridas Varya. One of the Haridas, most exalted Haridas, Krishna's servants. But Nanda Baba said, you don't even have your baby teeth. When you don't have baby teeth, before they have teeth, what do the kids sound like? Can they speak? I don't know, the moms have to tell me. To speak without teeth? Prem speak? Not Radha Priya? What do they speak? Not very clear? Prabhupada. This is good. The devotee kids, very exalted. But mostly, what do they speak? Right? They call it baby talk. Right? So Sri Uddhava came to Vrindavan with all this scholarly knowledge. What did he say? Nanda Baba said, not even baby teeth yet. And the gopis, right? He didn't have the audacity to instruct the gopis. He tried once only. Oh, Krishna's everywhere, you should meditate on Krishna. And nonsense, useless. Uddhamayan no dhasabis. I don't have so many minds to think of all these things. Why? I'm not thinking of this. Gurudev said, you should forget all these things. Don't think of all these things. Ultimately, just think Krishna, 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 Krishna. We were talking about this before. What is more important, meeting or separation? People say separation more important. It gets you to meeting, but separation is not the goal. Meeting is the goal. The gopi said, oh, we're in separation from Krishna. This is so great. Krishna, God's in our heart everywhere. We're not listening to your words. So many scholars are there with so many conceptions, so many pundits. It said, Keho Bhagavat Pore More. Keho Bhagavat Pore Tore. Some people read the Bhagavatam and they die by it. They go to hell. And some people are liberated. Prabhuji says this, on the plane I was listening to Prabhuji class. First half hour was like a thunderbolt and hammer. Why? I was thinking about it a lot because sometimes you hear and it's like, oh, he's talking to me. And it's true. If that anartha, like when you do, right? It's what is it called? No, like acupressure. Oh, it hurts so much there. I shouldn't press that. It means there's some problem there. So sometimes it pains your heart. Pinching the ego. It means there's some pain there, some problem there. But why are they doing this? Because they want to heal you. Healing, right? All these material ideas, vasanas, samskars, this, that. I will do this and I'll become that. I'll do this. I'll become a great singer, a great this, a great scholar, a great pundit, a great electrician, a great whatever. And people will respect me and I'll have some position, status, and feel good about myself. But this is just this life. The bugs are fighting with the other bugs and the bugs are the ladybug. And they're just fighting for position. I will be the top bug in the ladybug. What's the difference between human life and that? What's the difference? We're also fighting for status positions. I'm fighting for status and position, but I'm meditating. How can I take sannyas? Praying, one day I can take sannyas. All these other things, and just Krishna, 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 Krishna. So for those who have this fervent desire, then there's the path of nirag. Nirag. Give up material attachment. For those who don't have this concentrated desire, said, temple life is very difficult. It becomes difficult. Because then, this is not happening, that's not happening. We're not here to be materially happy. We're here to achieve the perfection of life. The purpose of human life, follow the footsteps of the Braja Gopis. But therefore we hear Rasa-pancadhyayi because Rasa-pancadhyayi shows us the goal is beautiful and sweet. What is the goal? The goal is rasa, sweetness. Right? The goal is not negation. We're not in the process of subtraction. Right? Or division. Multiplication. Our process of spiritual life is multiplication. Why? Bhava grahi janardana. Krishna sees the little bit of good and he multiplies it. Vaishnavas are like that. Despite thousands of faults, they see, 0.001% some goodness. Let me move that decimal point. And gradually, 3-4 years. Doop. And then 3-4 more years. Doop. All of a sudden, it's like 1%, and then 10%, and then 100%, and then 1,000%, 10,000. All of a sudden, 1,000,000% good. But you started out as 0.0000001%. So you want the best return on investment? What do? Take shelter of Guru and Vaishnavas who have that bhakti ras, who are nirag, not material rag, nirag Vaishnav. Otherwise, the medicine they are giving is contaminated by their own desire for love, puja, pratishta, honor, prestige, adoration, kanaka, kamani, pratishta, gold, women, enjoyment, prestige. Very dangerous. Where's the nirag Vaishnav? The Vaishnav who will chastise you. You should go there. If a billionaire goes to a Vaishnav and the Vaishnav chastises them and breaks their false ego and doesn't ask for anything, and then they leave and criticize that person, then that's nirag Vaishnav. Right? They don't want anything. They just want to help the conditioned soul achieve the goal of life. So that Vaishnav, otherwise, a Vaishnava mukud girnam putam harikatamritam sharpochistam yatapayam. It's like poison, snake, giving its poison in the milk. Milk is good. You should take the milk. We should drink the milk, right? But now the poison is there, so we don't take the milk. It's a very hard consideration. Oh, it's very beautiful, very sweet, very nice sounding. But I don't know, is it bona fide or not? So, Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami, why did everyone give Sukadeva Goswami the position to speak? Parikshit Maharaj said, I have 7 days to live, what should I do? Who should I hear from? Everyone gave the seat to Sukadeva Goswami. Many people were there, very qualified. Ved Vyas was there, but they recognized, oh, this is Nirag Vaishnav. Completely free from the tiniest, teeny little bit of material desire and attachment. Sukadeva Goswami, Vyasdev was running behind him. Oh, Putra, my son, my son. Son? Prabhupada says, so on. And so on, and so forth, and so on, and so forth. With no end. And so forth means, and my father. Son and father, son and father. I remember Prabhupada would give these lectures when I was doing Guru Darshan in Hindi, would say, like very heavily, right? Oh, why are you getting married, doing all this life? Oh, my father did it. Why did he do it? His father did it. Why did he do it? His father did it. But in the beginning of creation, all the first sons of Daksha, he said, oh, Narad Muni, be their guru. Oh, what happened? They all became like Narad Muni. Hey, Badmash, this is not good guru. Then he gave next, later on, again he gave to Narad Muni, and they all became sannyasis. Nowadays, many people say, no, sannyas is bad. No one should become sannyasi. Until you're 100 years old, you should be in married life. But Gurudev said, no. You see with Gurudev had this core of devotees. Anyone who's a little ready, oh, you, not just men. Bandhav Lasini Mataji, Shamarani Mataji, Uma Didi Mataji, all more than sannyasis. Shamarani Didi Mataji, more than sannyasis. Right? Because, right, Savita Didi, Kavita Didi, all these, more than sannyasis. Because they're answering the call of Krishna's flute. Right? Mataji, more than sannyasi. Why? Give it up. Like stool. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Gurudev had so many. So this is the question. Do we speak to make people happy, or do we speak to make them afraid and angry? Or try to do both? Because sometimes you speak like this, become very angry. We're talking about it. Oh, many devotees, 80, 75. Sannyas is very fearsome. Where will I stay? How will I stay? It's funny. Prabhupada said before, he said, this place is good for sannyasis. What does he mean? He said for elderly devotees to come and do bhajan. Leave home, come and do bhajan. Bhajan. Otherwise, life after life, we've been in this chain of samsara. Life after life, it will continue. But we've met Gurudev, met Prabhupada, and the door is wide open. The door to liberation is wide open. This is what Prabhupada was saying on the airplane to me, to everyone who was listening. The door is wide open to liberation, wide open. And there's a staircase. And it's all a few feet. You just have to go a few steps. Each step is like a year. Right? And then you climb out. And all you have to do is become Nirag Vaishnav. no attachment, no aversion, both is bad. So family life, household life, if it's favorable, also good, no problem. But family life without attachment in old age, no attachment. Therefore I tell people I'm trying to become old and cold, right? Old and cold, no gold. Yeah, cold gold. Cold, how cold? Like Giriraj. Someone says, "Oh Giriraj, will you marry me?" How is it possible? Therefore he's moan brat. He will not even answer. But inside, Pramada Madana Lila, Kandare, Kandare, Te Rachayate Navayuno. Oh, inside is Navayuga Kishore. Brajay Nava Dvanda. You want to participate in the beautiful pastimes of the divine couple? You want that? You want this? Gurudev would say again and again, 2 swords cannot be in the same sheath. Spiritual life, material life. You try to jam it together, and that's what we're doing, jamming it together. That's why devotees always have problems. Money problems, health problems, mental problems. Spiritual life, where it's like Gurudev puts it in there. You meet Guru and they put it in your sheath. But then you're like trying to reach a little room and like, and it's never fitting. And Gurudev is more powerful than us. So he put it there and it's locked. Gurudev locks us in the path of spiritual life. We try to deviate and it doesn't work, and then we, oh no. But we should see the long-term success. Gurudev is looking after our self-interest, our real self-interest. We are not selfless, we are selfish. Gurudev said again and again, we should become supremely selfish. Because Krishna is the self of the self, the Atma, Paramatma. That is our real relationship. We think I'm leading material relationships. Oh, my wife, my kids, I'm breaking their heart. But what about your relationship with God? That is first and foremost. That's the purpose of human life. Realize that, then everything works with that. Everything can serve that purpose. But when Krishna called the gopis, Pati Sutanvaya, Bratri Bandhiva, Antivilangate, when death comes calling, you cannot stay. So therefore, before we give up this body, we should take sannyas. So what we're going to do tomorrow, we should do today. What we're going to do today, we should do now. Gurudev would say like that. Something good tomorrow, you should do today. Something good today, do now. But Mahaprabhu told Raghunath Das Goswami, na hao batul, don't become madman. Gurudev spoke this at Prabhupada's birthplace. He would go there every year, and there's a recording. He would say like that, oh, stay home, don't be mad, this and that. And Mathura is so hot, and there's no electricity, and no good water, and no rice. Right? Prabhupada, listen. He found out when is Gurudev going, and Gurudev was sitting on the train, and there was Prabhupada sitting. No ticket, no money, no bags, nothing. Why? Krishna is calling, the flute is playing. What is Krishna's flute? You meet Vaishnavas in your life. Oh, and magnet. The beginning. Magnet, right? But then they give you a chance. Go separate. Right? But that's special, the mood, right? What you meet with Gurudev, what we found with Gurudev and Prabhupada, anything else compares. The sweetness of Gurudev, right? That sweetness that was in Gurudev's heart, that love that he had, not material love, that spiritual love he had, anything else in this world ever compare? Good enjoyment, any food, any material enjoyment, partnership, boyfriend, girl, anything compare? Never, never, never. But Gurudev says, follow my footsteps. Go on the morning walk. Follow my footsteps to spiritual world with Krishna. So, praying to his lotus feet, we can follow this life, right? Rasa-pancadhyayi doesn't mean enjoyment lila, it means sannyas lila. Give up material enjoyment. That's Rasa-pancadhyayi. Then, what is spiritual enjoyment? What is first bhava mahadavagni, that forest fire, material anxiety, stress, that is calm. The forest fire is calm. Krishna says in the Gita, Kamesha, Krodesha, Rajaguna, Mahasana, Mahapapma, Vidyanami, Venyam. This greatest enemy in this world, it's like a forest fire burning everything. That is material lust. Calm. That forest fire is raging all over the whole world and burning everyone. So Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam. What puts out that forest fire that Mahaprabhu is talking? That is Harinam, In Sadhu Sangha, hearing Harikatha, Bhakti Ras, Sankirtanam, the Harikatha spoken by Guru and Vaishnavas, that Sankirtan extinguishes all the force fire material desires. Sarvatma Snapanam, Param Vichayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. What Sankirtanam? Harikatha. Gurudev said, best Kirtaniya is Sukadev Goswami. Best Kirtaniya is Sukadev Goswami, who spoke the Srimad Bhagavatam as a Niragi Vaishnav, completely detached from everything. That Harikatha, Punati Bhuvanatrayam, the Gopis Harikatha. What do we sing? Bande Nanda Brajastrinam Padarenum Abhikshnasa Yasyam Harikatod Gitam. Katod Gitam, the song of the Gopis speaking about Krishna. So Kirtan, Harikatha, how can you say one is not? Like you read our Astakams. Our Astakams are Kirtan or Harikatha? Same. Right? So we do Mahamantra, but Mahaprabhu said, Kalo tad Hari Sankirtanat. And Param Vidayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Who is doing the best Sankirtan? Yasyam Hari Katod Gitam. The songs of the Gopis speaking about Krishna. Punati Bhuvanatrayam. This is purifying the three worlds. Therefore we hear from Rasa-pancadhyayi why this is the Gopis Gita. Not Bhagavad Gita, Gopi Gita. So we should learn all Bhagavad Gita, and then we should learn Gopi Gita, and then Brahmar Gita, and then Jugal Gita, and then Pranaya Gita. Right? Rasa-pancadhyayi. Krishna first heard the Gopis Gita, then he spoke Bhagavad Gita. Please forgive me if you were to It's right or wrong? First Krishna heard Gopi Gita. First Gopi Gita, Pranaya Gita, Brahmar Gita, then Bhagavad Gita. Right? So please Krishna. If we understand Gopi Gita, then we can understand Bhagavad Gita. Right? Something Prabhupada said many times. He said, Tato Brahma Jigyasa, we should inquire into the absolute truth, understand the absolute truth, understand the absolute truth. How are you going to understand the absolute truth? Without taking shelter of those who understand the absolute truth. And who understands the absolute truth to the highest extent? Srimati Radhika. So her Gita, her song, her teachings, that is the Bhagavatam. Therefore, every verse in the Bhagavatam is glorifying Srimati Radhika because it's her teaching how to realize a relation with Krishna. Therefore, it's all leading up to Rasa-pancadhyayi. This Rasa-pancadhyayi, this is the song of the Gopis, the teaching of the Gopis. This is our aim and object. You go to any Mayavadi guru, any guru, there's different kinds of gurus, and you go to their kunja, their room, they always have Radha Krishna. Even Mayavadis, right? They have Radha Krishna. Why? Because that's the aim and object. They know it, even if it's their service to not teach their followers. Mayavadis means they don't teach their followers the truth. That's their service to Krishna. But even the gurus, they know the aim and object is the divine couple Radha Krishna. Right? They don't have a picture on their wall of just black space or white nothing. You go to people's pictures on the wall is just white blank space or black blank space. No, it's lila. The goal is lila, Krishna lila, entering Krishna lila, serving in Krishna lila. How are we going to do that? We should hear from the gopis. Okay, so we're going to do that. Praying, I'm going to be hearing and repeating from Prabhupada's commentary, therefore it's in this mood of, Prabhupada's mood is complete sannyas. Complete sannyas. No inch for anything else but sannyas. Only sannyas. From top to bottom sannyas. That's Prabhuji, right? Why? Morning to evening, only Krishna Katha, Krishna Seva, Krishna Kirtan, Hari Nam, Dham Parikrama, 5 teachings of Rupa Goswami. You live there 2 years, right? What are you doing? Only Vaishnav Seva, Nam Sankirtan, Hari Nam, and Parikrama, and Smaran. Prabhuji says, my favorite time of day is nighttime, sleeping, because no distractions and only complete Manasi Seva. Right? Best time. How long? 2.5, 3 hours. Why? Because Radharani is always calling for more Seva. So we're going to hear from Rasa-pancadhyayi, and we should learn and become students of the Brija Gopis. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhuvevacha patitanang pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo go premanandi hari hari bo. Okay, please forgive me, Krishna, if I said anything you don't like. Hare Krishna. Jai.